This is VOA News. I'm Nicole Livas. President Donald Trump said Monday that a new day is coming in Latin America as he sought to rally support among the largest Venezuelan community in the U.S. for opposition leader Juan Guaidó. AP's Ed Donahue reports.
The president has said opposition leader Juan Guaidó is the rightful leader in Venezuela. He called Nicholás Maduro a Cuba puppet. He also had a message for the military supporting Maduro.
You will find no safe harbor, no easy exit, and no way out. You will lose everything.
The president says socialism has ravaged Venezuela.
Even the world's largest reserves of oil are no longer enough to keep the lights on.
He has been looking to draw a contrast with the policies of progressive Democrats back at home, which he brands as socialist.
America will never be a socialist country.
I'm Ed Donahue.
Protesters are gathering across the country to decry President Trump's national emergency declaration to fund his planned U.S.-Mexico border wall. The President's Day demonstrations assailed the declaration as undemocratic and anti-immigrant. Protester Bishop Garrison says it does nothing to make the country safer.
This is a wall that neither Mexico nor Congress want to pay for, that the American people do not want, and that will not make our nation any more secure.
The declaration shifts billions of dollars from military construction to the border. The move came after Congress didn't approve as much as the president wanted for the wall. President Trump is lashing out at former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe and the current Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. During an interview with CBS's 60 Minutes on Sunday, McCabe described Rosenstein as having raised the prospect of invoking the 25th Amendment to remove Trump from office. The president said the two look like they were planning a very illegal act and got caught, and also called it treasonous. This is VOA News. Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari said Monday he's ordered police and military to be ruthless with anyone attempting to tamper with the country's postponed presidential elections. The Independent National Electoral Commission announced late Friday elections would be delayed for a week, just hours before polls were set to open for some 84 million registered voters. INEC said the presidential election will be held this Saturday, while governorship and state assembly elections have been pushed to March 9th. 4 Indian soldiers and 3 suspected militants were among 9 people killed Monday in a gun battle as Indian security forces hunted for the organizers of a deadly suicide bombing that killed 40 paramilitary personnel in India, Kashmir, and escalated tensions between India and Pakistan. Militants opened fire on an army contingent as search operations were being conducted in a village close to where the suicide bomber rammed his vehicle into a paramilitary convoy last week. Poland withdrew from a European summit in Jerusalem on Monday, derailing the meeting and embarrassing its Israeli host to protest claims by Israel's acting foreign minister that Poles collaborated with the Nazis. The abrupt cancellation marked a new low in a bitter and long-running conflict between Poland and Israel over how to characterize Polish actions towards its Jewish community during World War II. Organizers of Pope Francis's summit on preventing clergy sex abuse will meet this week with a dozen victims. At a news conference Monday, organizer Archbishop Charles Scicluna called the summit a turning point.
We need to become aware of how important this aspect, prevention of abuse, safeguarding of our children and young people, is important. So the question of awareness of our responsibility as shepherds and stewards, knowing what we need to do.
The Catholic Church has long been criticized for its failure to hold bishops accountable when they covered up for priests who raped and molested children. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said a double bombing in Idlib left at least 13 people dead. The Britain-based organization said blasts during rush hour Monday also injured 25 people. The first explosive device had been installed under a parked car, and a second went off when ambulances arrived. Businesses and government offices slowly reopened across Haiti on Monday after more than a week of violent demonstrations. Protesters are demanding the resignation of President Jovenel Moïse over skyrocketing prices for basic goods amid allegations of government corruption. Public transportation resumed in the capital Port-au-Prince, where people began lining up to buy food, water, and gasoline as crews cleared the barricades there. I'm Nicole Livas, VOA News.